Hey guys, Bungy here. Today I'll be reviewing the all-popular 2015 Christmas present, the dual-wheel self-balancing Segway. So this thing's quite heavy, so let's move on. So I'm going to discuss 3 pros and 3 cons of this device. Starting off with the pros, obviously, always talk about someone's goodness and kick out all the negatives. So let's begin. This is really fun. It goes to approximately 10 kilometers per hour, which is fairly quick for me because I'm just an amateur, so I need more practice on it. It really gives the beginners the chance of testing out something new and something far more interesting. I reckon this is better than a bike because it goes up hills a lot easier. I could not believe how well this thing goes up hills. It's easier than walking. And to my perspective, this Segway is easier to get up hills than come down hills. So that's one of the pros. Moving on to number 2, this thing has a quite satisfactory range, about 12 kilometers or around 10 miles. So this will take you to your average school and back in the morning and in the afternoon without any chance that you'll run out of battery. But since I live fairly far away, you might need a couple of battery upgrades, which I will mention later. So let's move on to number 3. This thing is really fancy and it will make other people jealous, which is really good feeling for you because other people will say, "Oh, that's nice. Where'd you buy it from?" And most of all, how much does it cost? So you could talk a lot of nonsense to them like, "Oh, this thing costs $5,000, which it actually just costs like $200 or so. But this is fairly high quality and it's branded as well, so you don't have to worry about the battery exploding. And I'll be on that soon in the cons section. So moving on to number 1 of the negatives. Number 1, these things do not go as many miles or as many kilometers as the manufacturers advertised it. This Segway itself has been advertised to go about 20 kilometers or 15 miles, but that is not the case for me. To my school and back is about 12 kilometers, 13 kilometers, and when I left, I did a couple of testing to my school and back, and it ran out exactly 1 kilometer before I reached my house. This thing's damn heavy, so I had to carry it all the way 1 kilometer back. And guess what? Oh my god, it just so much. Every part of my body started to ache because this thing's heavy. Even with the special carrying bag, it's still really heavy. So moving on to number 2 of the cons. These things are really heavy. They're really hard to move around if you're out of battery. And these things are also not very good at maneuvering. So in your house, if you're standing on this and you move forward through a tiny narrow space and you really want to get to somewhere but you can't, you have to do the zigzag motion to get there. Number 3, these things do explode if you do not look after them properly, if you get them from a bad manufacturer, or if you use the manufacturer's battery. So if you worry about it exploding, these are some tips to avoid that. So charge it only until the green light comes on the charger. Most of these Segways have the charger with the battery indicator. Never overcharge it and never over discharge it because lithium ion batteries have a really bad battery consistency, which will cause it to have electronic failures every time the battery gets to a certain voltage. So always charge it. And a number 2 tip to stop this thing from exploding is to replace the lithium ion battery inside this with a customized nickel metal hydrate battery. Nickel metal hydrate batteries have generally a higher capacity than lithium ion, but they do have a lower voltage than lithium ion, and they also have a lower shelf life time. Why would you need such long shelf life for a Segway when you're just gonna charge it and you're gonna go on it the next thing you're gonna do? So there's no point of having a lithium ion battery, because you're not gonna put this on the shelf for 10 years for everybody to look at, and after those 10 years you're gonna stand on this and give them a demonstration or something. So this is basically why you should and should not buy one of these expensive devices for your next Christmas or your next birthday. So thank you very much for viewing this video. If you do enjoy this video, please like it, leave a comment, or best of all, subscribe, and I will see you next time in my next videos. Bye guys, and have a nice day.